start. I know I got here late. Usually these deer come out to this field really late, and today they're really early. 2 deer up in there, 1 buck, 1 doe. Buck looked to be like 2.5-year-old. He was right on top of my pond set blind, or pond set tree stand. Now I don't know whether to maybe sit in that, hoping they come back. I'm gonna stick with my original plan. I just wanted to give the story of the miss. It was pretty bad. Really, it boils down to just human error in that I drew too early. I drew up thinking that she was going to take another step or two, and I knew where she was standing. I had a limb in the way. You can't see it on camera. It looks like it's a wide open shot, but up closer to me, there was a limb hanging over, to where I needed her to walk basically another step or two. And she didn't. She stood there. I mean, you can see it on film. She stood there forever. And, you know, it's hard to tell on film when I drew, but I'll tag it so you know. And I held full jaw for a long time, and I started getting shaky, and you know, I probably should have just never shot and let down. I got 2 does already, so it's not like I definitely needed another one, but she did present me with a very pretty cake shot. You know, really, had I been paying attention when those deer came in, it was windy and you couldn't really hear deer too well last night, but I mean, when those deer came in, they were right underneath, I mean right underneath me, and I couldn't do anything, couldn't move. You know, I knew if I moved they had me. In fact, she looked up at me one time, didn't know what I was, and you know, didn't freak out. She's stomping her feet, smelling, but luckily the wind was blowing my scent behind me. She couldn't pick me up. You know, it was a good scenario, but had I been paying attention, I probably would have been able to shoot her right underneath my stand. Also, that button buck she was with, I mean, I don't customarily I won't shoot does with fawns, but that button buck was very developed. He would have been fine on his own. He'll be fine on his own. He'll be leaving her soon anyway, so I didn't feel too bad about taking a crack at a doe with that fawn with it. But that's the story, and I'm sticking to it, and my eye is getting a little bit better, but I still need some work there. It's I don't know, I feel like I can see better today, but it's still swollen pretty good. Yeah, at the end of the night there, that buck came right through that scrape. It's just, as he was approaching, I had run the camera so much that the battery died, and I have an extra battery in my pack, but I didn't want to pull it out and fiddle with it while he was standing down there, because I barely had camera light anyway. But he walked right up to that scrape, freshened it, and walked away, so that was kind of cool to see.